Welcome to My Two Cents Worth with Ken Edmonds from kedmonds.biz. Today I wanted to talk to you about another subject close to my heart, and again it has to do with metrics. Too many times dealers focus their time and energy and attention on metrics that don't have any value whatsoever when it comes to managing the service department. The metric I want to talk to you about today is parts cost per call. There are individuals that seem to think that there's a magic number somewhere in the high 20s, low 30s that's the right number for the parts cost per call. And that's what your technician should average. What I will tell you is that metric is, first of all, valueless, and I'll show you why in a second. Secondly, I'll tell you it's dangerous, and we'll talk about that as well. Why is it valueless? Well, let's imagine that we have a technician, and he's really good technician. His machines run PM to PM. What's his parts cost per call going to be? It's going to be the cost of a PM. Anywhere from probably a couple $100 to maybe $400, depending on the manufacturer and the model. If he's doing production equipment and running PM to PM, his parts cost will be in the thousands of dollars per call. Do you care? You shouldn't. His equipment's running as profitably as it possibly can, and his customers are going to be the most satisfied they can possibly be because he's hardly ever having to work on the equipment. Parts cost per call doesn't matter. Now, why is it a dangerous metric? Well, if technicians start to focus on it, and if they know you're measuring it, and they think that it might affect their job chances, their promotability, or their pay, they're going to pay a lot of attention to it. And so what happens is that technician that's running PM to PM, all of a sudden he starts breaking that PM up into multiple pieces. That way his parts cost per call goes down, and he's closer to the metric. But is that good for your company? No. Because every extra call costs you the cost of a service call. It also diminishes customer satisfaction. I took over a dealership in California that had focused on calls per day and parts cost per call for some period of time. The techs were bonused on it. When I walked in the door, the techs were maxing out their bonus every month. And I had a fleet of equipment you couldn't drive paper through with a hammer. Nobody was fixing anything. They were just doing the same Band-Aid on the same call every day, over and over and over again. Customers were frustrated. It was a horrible situation. I explained to the technicians that if they go out for jamming and they clean the feed tires, when it should have replaced the feed tires, and they put the feed tire in the next call, well, that drove their cost per call down, but it cost the company an extra $100. They turned a $25 feed tire into a $125 feed tire. If it was the second call they put it in, it was $225. Third call, $325 for that feed tire. It's much better for the dealership, much better for the workload, and much better for the customer to put the parts in when they're needed. Focusing on bad metrics drives bad behavior from your technicians. For more information on metrics that really matter and what you should be looking for and what you should use to measure your service profitability and to drive your company forward, there's a really nice article on my website, Metrics That Matter.